I need to turn that music off. There we go. Right. Let me do a couple audio checks. Boom. Right. Audio seems to be good, people. Bank share. Uh. Give me a second, boys. Right. Here we are. We'll get some viewers in a second, I believe. Right. Here we go. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Live. Sort out a few stuff. And Bosch. So, we have cars on the track, ladies and gentlemen. Season 1, round 1. Season 2, round 1. I should say. First car on track is Mad Dog. So let an Alfa Romeo of Mikey. Nope, another Gibson go. Let's see if we can hear me over the cars. We can. I think we're gonna have to speak a little bit more loudly. Just change it in the settings. Nah, you know, that's fine. That's fine, boys. I'll just speak up. Right, bless me. So, cars on the track. First car that will complete a lap will be, I do believe, the Alfa Romeo of Nova Gibson. Nova Gibson. What kind of pre-season he had? I think he had a good pre-season in Portimao 2 weeks ago. Setting a solid statement going forward. So as he sets up for his lap, we're going to stay on board for what we hope, or I hope, will be the first valid lap of the season. As he now starts it going around the final corner. Full acceleration down the pit straight, going into turn 1, braking late as you can, 4th gear, kiss that apex, ride as much as you can. Don't want to ride back because you'll ride out and off the track. Neat, not fast but neat, going for a good little banker here. Nova Gibson, how's he going to take this turn? Ooh, he's left a little bit out there. Definitely just a banker attempt from Nova Gibson here. Left a little bit on the exit there. How late will he brake for this turn? Yeah, he's leaving some out there. 3rd gear for that corner is leaving some out on track. Ooh, still hit the wall though. Just scraped it, hit the curb. Just very scruffy lap. If it is to be a banker, waving his wheel about. I'm not quite sure he's happy with the balance. or just a lap in general, but that car does not look stable at all. Scared to go on the throttle. Nice and neat there though, very easy to lock up going through those bits, and I do believe we have an Williams behind him. I was going to say an Alpine, but that is a Williams. Ooh, that is a bitch to getting lapped and validated just on that Y line there. Third gear, keeping it nice and smooth. That curve is lethal on this game. It will spit you back out. You can mount that curve, doesn't. Third gear for that corner is very nice. Up to fourth, back down to third. He's gone to second. Very scruffy lap. I doubt it will be his best of the session. But the first lap time of the season 2 is a 39.8 here in Singapore. And the car behind, Sam Newton, does a 38.1 in the Williams. 1.7 seconds quicker. Next car to cross the line, Big Derek. What's his lap time looking like? It's a 40.1. The Red Bull of Silos is a 37.5. Some cars holding back, some cars not. The Alfa Romeo of Dr. Surfy, 41.3. 41.4 for SFC Lewis. Bogdan does a 40.6. Puts himself 5th, and there's a little bit of traffic there with Lewis not looking behind him. And then there's going to be more traffic when Mad Dog comes through. And the Ferrari still hasn't seen Mad Dog. Mad Dog is on a lap here, looking at his ERS. Black CF has gone third, Nova Gibson stays fourth, and this Ferrari is really holding up this McLaren. And Bogdan's forcing the McLaren to go down to first gear, and first gear again. This McLaren having a very scruffy lap, all thrown off by Bogdan. Potentially blocking. We've got Mr. Penny 47.9. That's going to be a banker, maybe a mistake or two in that lap. Who's going to come up to the line next? It is Shotgun Kisses. Out lap. Main lap, sorry, on the medium tyres. Comparison. Shit. It's Tommy 37, I should say. 37.2. Tommy very quick but very inconsistent last week. Looking to rectify that. Parker completing a lap but invalidating it. Going again straight away. Clarkie's still in the pits. Ayrton's still in the pits. Ayrton's one to watch out for, boys. I'm telling you now. We've got Mikey on an out lap and then Mad Dog again on a lap that I don't think is going to be very competitive, but we'll stay on board with him for it. We'll stay on board for the finish. Using first gear a lot. Very scared to commit. This is a very scruffy lap from Mad Dog. I don't think it's going to be very competitive going around the final corner. This might be the slowest valid lap time. It's going to beat the medium run of Shotgun Kiss. If he goes 8th and beats his teammate and Dr. Surfy, and got blocked for that lap in the first sector. Mad Dog not that far down as I expected. Fair play, Mad Dog. So far, Tommy at the top, back on his in lap. We have 11 minutes left of this session. It's all chill, boys. It's all chill. Most people coming back in, refueling, gonna go back up for their second run. Maybe their final run for some people, maybe they want to save softs for an inevitable safety car. An Extremist has just joined the session. Safety car, get out. The Bomber's just joined. The Irish Bomber. 37. The age of Mikey GTI 6. Number 37 on his car. Starting his lap time. Mikey, very competitive last season. Second place in the Drivers' Championship. We're going to have a look where he goes here. He's going to have a clear track. Everyone's watching him. All eyes on Mikey. Will he bottle it? Let's find out. We've gone board with him. Running down into the first corner. Braking well after the 100-meter board. Staying in fourth gear. This is nice from Mikey so far. Smooth. Smooth like butter. Smooth like milk. Coming through to turn 3, 4? I can't be bothered. 4, I think. Now down the second DRS straight. For some reason the street track has 3 DRS straights. Purple first sector, 27.5. Much more competitive through that corner than some people we've seen so far. Mikey looks hooked. Clarky selecting mediums to come out. come out on the track with. Shotgun Kisser selected soft to come out on the track with. Still on board with Mikey. Extremist now selects his cars. 17 cars for a season opener and in Singapore. What a scene we could have, as Mikey wants to put himself at the top of that scene. Does not want to be anywhere near anybody, any incidents. 17 cars, F1, there's going to be incidents. Purple second sector. Whether or not that is actually the case remains to be seen as he comes through to the final sector now. Hooked, stays away from the curbs. Mikey knows what he's doing. Experienced, hooked, on the limit, but not too far on the limit. Could it be a competitive lap time? I don't think it will be. Would it even be top 5? It is top 5. He beats his teammate by 6/10, 39.2. 2 seconds off the pace of Tommy. Tommy is looking quick, but can he build on that consistency that was not there in Portimao? As we're on board with now Derek. At some point we'll go off board, bouncing over the curbs. Number 2 in his car. Age of the... I'm not going to say that joke. Number of children he has in his basement, ladies and gentlemen. Coming down the second DRS straight of the lap. And his first sector is 6/10 quicker than his previous best. Keeps that 6/10, that moves him up to 6 ahead of Nova Gibson, but he will surely have lap time to gain during this lap, as there is Mikey ahead of him, who has had a little bit of an incident and has lost his front wing. Luckily he's still in the qualifying session and will still set laps later, being very spatially aware with where he's leaving gaps. His teammate's coming up next, so he's going to have to be careful. We'll stay on board here. He's going to have to be careful where he leaves the space. Decides to cut over all the space. And now gets out of Nova Gibson's way. Fair play on Mikey there. So Derek's got a clear track. There's a McLaren in the wall. I believe that's Lewis, and he is in the wall. Heavy. Front wing lost. Same as Mikey. Lewis so far down in P11, 4 cars behind him to not set a lap, and you'd think they'd all go quicker than him. But we'll go back on board with Derek now, off board, as we cut round the final corner. What's the lap time gonna be? A 1.2 second improvement only puts him P5. 38.8 is 1.6 seconds off pole, and Nova Gibson, a 38.1 is 9/10 off pole. Half a tenth off from Sam. Silo finds himself in the middle of Sam Newton and Tommy. A Red Bull 1-2. But can they take that forward into the race as NER Ayrton? I told you boys. I told you boys the man was rapid. He was a 37.2 in his first lap. NER Ayrton, everybody. Known this man a long time, and he is quick. He is extremely quick. So we're going to go on board with Extremist now in the Williams, Sam Newton's teammate. I believe that is an Aston Martin behind him of Clarkey, who will be taking the piss out of him in the party. I am no more sure of that than Extremist putting it in the barrier at some point in this lap. So we're going to stay on board with him. Can he live up to his teammate's P5? Black CF at some point in the middle of that has gone for a 37.9. Fourth man to get in the 37s, only by 4 thousandths, but he's still done it. Extremist and Clarkey, the only 2 drivers not to set a lap so far. Sector 3 yellow flag, I do believe that will be a car running out of fuel in Alfa Romeo. That will be Nova Gibson. So I'm not quite sure how these sectors are going to compare for Corey. Not very good with memory, so I can't remember the sectors. NER Ayrton. Oh, that was a pooey moment there. A very pooey moment for Extremist. As he comes round the final corner, it's going to be a semi-competitive. Is it going to be under the 40s? It's a 39.7. And now we're going to go on board with Clarkey, who is pitted. I thought I heard someone hit the wall behind Corey. Clarkey, the man favoured for occasions like this, bottled it on his outlap, people. So what happens when you put expectations on people. So, Shotgun Kisses pits, Extremist on his way in, Bogdan on his way in, and then we have Black CF who is in. So 4 minutes left, not much happening. We've got Lewis on an outlap. That's about all that's happened at the minute. We've got Bogdan and Extremist on their way in, everyone else in the pits. So, all eyes on Lewis. All eyes on Lewis. So far we've got a Mercedes up front, a Mercedes P13, 2 Red Bulls, consistent, quick, looking good. Williams, I know the Williams can do better. They're a good pairing, they're consistent, they know each other, there's a lot of chemistry in that pairing. Nova Gibson and Mikey don't know each other, but they are quick. So, striker partnership up there, there's something good for the rest of the season. And Big Derek, the sole ass, the only ass, the single ass, on the 38.8. He's such a ass that no one wants to go near him. 4 tenths back and 7 tenths forward. So funny. We're going to go on board with Lewis here as he starts his lap. Extremist comes in. Lewis has a clear track ahead of him. 2 minutes 40 left, so we're going to start to see some cars come out. And Lewis, not a fan of changing up gears. I have noticed that. As the entire pit lane has decided they would like to come out at the exact same time. So we're going to go on board with Nova Gibson. We're going to try and find a car that has all of the... Wow, everyone's coming out at the same time. And who's that starting his lap? It's Mikey. So Mikey is going to at some point have to work his way through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cars, rough estimate, and there's an Alpine that's come out right in front of him and is not going to get out of his way and is still blocking him. Wow. The Alpine, I believe, of Mr. Penny ruining Mikey's lap. So Mikey now has to back off, charge his battery and then go again. Is he backing off? No, he's going for it. Mikey's still going for it. There will probably be a stewards report about that. Has Nova Gibson just been put in a wall? Is there controversy here? Nova Gibson letting a few cars through. I believe it's still fine. I heard contact with the wall. Everyone's going to have to back off towards the last corner because they're so close. And Mikey's on a 6/10 improvement, which would put him close to his teammate if he can find another 2 or 3 more tenths. But everyone's going to be backing up. There is no way Mikey gets through this. Look, there is no way. Everyone's in his way. That's ridiculous. And the Red Bull. Oh no. Which Red Bull was that? Silo. Oh no, it's Tommy. Tommy blocking Mikey, and Mikey now not going to improve on his lap. Mikey out of qualifying. Huge. Lewis retires. So Clarkey starts his lap. The last person to start his lap will be the Extremist. I don't think the Extremist will make it. Will he make it? It's going to be close. Can we get rid of this yellow flag in sector 2 so I can see how long is left of the session? No, Extremist hasn't made it. So that means the first car to finish their lap will be a Mercedes of Shotgun Kissers. 2 tenths quicker puts him P12 ahead of Dr. Surfy. Opening the DRS down. The third DRS straight up the lap. He is 4 tenths quicker. close to Parker, close to top 10. Extremist isn't going to improve. Mikey isn't going to improve. Shotgun Kisses gunning for a top 10 start to get somewhere close to NER Ayrton, his teammate, who is still on pole provisionally by 600ths of a second. But Shotgun Kisses looking smooth, looking crisp, coming through this last sector. There is a Ferrari behind him, maybe Black TF. Shotgun Kisses is going to come round the final corner, and he is going to set a time after deploying all of his ERS that puts him P9. Black TF does not improve on position, maybe improved on his lap time. A Williams of Sam Newton, 37.2, gets in the 37.2s, doesn't get on pole like Tommy does with the 37.1. For Tommy. NER Ayrton 2 tenths quicker. That's going to be a 36.8, and Clarkey does a 36.4. Other positions: Nova Gibson P7, Mikey's gone down to P10, Parker now P9. Big Derek stays 8th. Next car we're going to see, as Mr. Penny is parked up, we're going to see Dr. Surfy now come to the line. Oh, and he's lost it. Lost the car, lost the lap time, lost the chance to get out of P14. Mr. Penny disqualified. Wasn't going to really get a position anyway, so we'll wait for his car to sort itself out. All Clarkey needed was one lap, and it stuck him on pole. NER Ayrton had pole for half a second, maybe 2 seconds, before Clarkey came in and did what Clarkey does. Pole by 3.78 tenths, followed by the Red Bull of Tommy. Sam doing in a Red Bull sandwich in P4. Silo, that means P5. Black CF, the leading Ferrari, P6. We've got Nova Gibson leading Alfa Romeo, P7. Big Derek, the only ass. A second safe in P8 from Parker, who's P9. Mikey, Alfa Romeo, unluckily blocked by Tommy. Maybe a report on that will come fruitful. There's a couple cars that was in that. Mikey P10, Shotgun Kisses P11, Bogdan and Extremist sharing P12 and 13 respectively. Dr. Surfy P14, Lewis P15, and the last row of the grid is shared by the McLaren of Mad Dog and the Alpine of Mr. Penny. So the two McLarens at the back, Extremist out of position, Mikey out of position. Apart from that, fairly run-of-the-mill qualifying session. Maybe a couple of reports for blocking. It is Singapore, that's going to happen. But Clarkey out in front, 4.4 seconds quicker than the car in last, 4 tenths quicker than his main rival, in my opinion, NER Ayrton. So, what did I say? Juice. Juice solves all problems, people. So, it was a bit of a lull now. Don't quite know what to say. Everyone's going to piss around on the grid. Everyone's going to do a formation lap. And I'm guessing someone's going to get disqualified because it is a formation lap. And it is Singapore. And it is everyone. So, we're going to wait for someone to wait up. Or ready up, sorry. Someone's already ready up, so that makes my life a bit easier. So, predictions for the race. Honestly. For the pre-season race, I don't have comments up, and everyone wants to comment. So I put comments up for the first race of the season, the opener, and nobody wants to comment. Makes me like a right mug. So we've got the predicted pit stop strategy, so let me get everyone's tyres up. So, wow. Every car has started on hards, apart from P6 and 7 as Clarkey. It's not the end of the season yet, Clarkey. Can't do donuts yet, my friend. So, if anyone's going to crash out, it's going to be Clarkey trying to get back to P1. He's, we'll let Clarkey do what he wants. So we've got Clarkey, should be P1, but he's spanned. We've got Ayrton P2 on the hard. Tommy and Sam, Silo share those 3 positions. Black CF and Nova Gibson, the only cars on the grid to go medium. Maybe angling for a different kind of strategy. Maybe going medium hard. There's going to be a safety car, so strategy will go out the window. Ayrton has gone a long way out in front, trying to warm those tyres up. Big Derek in 8th, sharing it with Nova Gibson. Parker and Mikey sharing the 5th row. We've got Shotgun Kissers and Bogdan. Extremist, very out of position, sharing it with Dr. Surfy. The two McLarens, P15 and 16, they're going to have to work together to get out of the rut they're in. And then we have Mr. Penny, who was disqualified in qualifying, was last anyway, so disqualified, starting from last. And Clark is now got back up to the front, so his tyres are going to be very warm. They're going to be very, very on. And he's spun again. And he's reset to track, ladies and gentlemen. I should really tell him off for that bit, the formation lap, so I guess we'll let it slide, as long as he puts on a good show for us. Any Ayrton, letting him go again. So Clarky wanted to get on the grid very quickly. Still warming his tyres up. 360s again. Yeah, Clarky, mate, your tyres are going to be very warm, my friend. Very, very warm. So Tommy's coming in slowly. Sam Newton and Silo. Clarky's been disqualified off his grid, so Ayrton thinks he's done. We'll give him more now, which, you know, he kind of is. So we've got Penny finishing up the grid. Lewis has taken an absolute age to get to his grid spot. Everyone's parked up in their grid spot. No disqualifications other than Clarky for being a prat. Now Mad Dog's disqualified. Is Lewis going to get there? Lewis has got there. So. Five red lights. And they're off. And gets a good start. Sam Newton has got an absolute flyer and leads into turn 1. Side by side with Clarky. We're on board with Tommy right now. Sam and Clarky still go side by side. He's overtaken Ayrton. Sam Newton, absolute rocket off the start on those hard tyres. Black CF and Nova still P5, 6 and 7, but Nova Gibson is looking to get past Black CF. They are side by side, the medium runners no longer. Further back, Mr. Penny still in last. Two McLarens moving up. Bogdan has had a mistake somewhere. He's gone down the order. Extremist has gone up the order. Mad Dog making a brilliant move. Lewis looking for Mikey, who's gone down 2 positions. He's been overtaken by Extremist, who's had a brilliant start. Derek gone down 1 position as well. We've got Parker and P8. 2 medium runners haven't made any inroads, but Sam Newton with the rocket of a start, putting the 2 Red Bulls on their arse, taking the Mercedes with him. Brilliant start here to the Grand Prix. As further back, Bogdan and Penny. Any damage to either of the cars? Certainly contact between the two. Any damage? I'm not sure there is. Dr. Surfy P15, the 2 McLarens have had a very good start. Still line stern. Extremist knocking on the door at the points. Shotgun Kissers a second back off Derek now. Derek pulling away. And speaking of pulling away, Clarky is not pulling away as much as he would like to. And I still fancy Ayrton in this race. Ayrton is a dark horse and I've known him a very long time. Black CF getting very close to Tommy. Tommy. Oh, that is a save and a half from Black CF. Watching it back now, that was race over in an instant. Held his nerve. Big Derek getting close to Parker. Further back, damage neither to the Ferrari and Alpine, so getting away with that. There will be a street report about that. Clarky and Sam shooting away. Ayrton playing the long game like he always did. And there is the McLaren round as Lewis will flow through all the cars. There's 3 cars round. 3-car collision. The 2 McLarens moving up the grid so well, and Dr. Surfy. A 3-car collision. That's going to be a bloody treat to look at. Cheers, boys. The 2 McLarens who were going so well collide with an AlphaTauri, and I believe there is damage. Do we have our first damage of the race? Mad Dog has damage. Surfy, I believe, has damage. Lewis getting away unscathed, I do believe. Surfy does not have damage. It is just Mad Dog with the damage, and already in last place. Mr. Penny now 14th. Trying to build that gap back up. Parker has been overtaken by Big Derek. So in all of the panic and all of the confusion of the 3-car collision, Big Derek has got back into his good position of P8. Parker staying behind. Black CF after that big save. Still keeping up, but they are on the medium tyre, so you would expect that. Closest out front, Ayrton to Sam, but Ayrton plays the long game. He likes to play the long game. He's better with the long game. Tommy a 42.7, trying to claw his way back up. Had provisional pole, got taken away by Ayrton. Then it got taken away by Clark. He started P3, now down to P5, but got the fastest lap so far, proving that he is still in this race. Further back, not many battles going on, so we're going to stick with the front battles. Black CF the closest to a car. Doubt there's going to be an overtake, just going to be a bit of a DRS train, and I do imagine Clark is quite happy with that. His old friend Silo, 3 cars back. No penalties thus far. Big winners, Mr. Penny up to P14, although he has been involved in an incident. Sam Newton with that amazing start, overtaking 2 cars. Brilliant. And you know what, boys? We're gonna update the football. Arsenal and Newcastle 0-0 at half time. Brighton are 1-0 up against Everton, and Fulham lead Leicester. Fulham are winning against Leicester. I just need to check if Mitrovic has scored that goal, because I've captained him this week. Please do excuse me. Mitrovic was the goal scorer. Get in. It's a double game week as well. Anyway, back to the F1, boys. Back to the F1. So, what are we thinking? Extremist and Mikey, side by side. Yes, they are. Mikey having a little bit of a look. Probably should have done some commentary instead of checking Mitrovic. So, Extremist defending that P11. Shotgun kisses, slowly pulling away. And Nova Gibson is closing up on the back of Black CF, who makes Nova Gibson make a mistake. Nova Gibson with another good save, not quite handling itself with Black CF, but still a good save nonetheless. Tommy probably wants to call team orders at the minute, wants to get back up there, needs to get back up there. Quick but not consistent. This was his race to prove that season opener in Singapore is always going to be tough. Penny's got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane, possibly to change some damage. Is Mikey going to get another run at Extremist? And it's too far back. Extremist doesn't even have DRS on, shotgun ahead of him. So, top 7, line astern. So far. Extremist getting on shotguns behind, who is closing up on Parker as well. Big Derek in a world of his own at the moment. No one really wants to go near him. As Shotgun Kisses makes a mistake on exit. Extremist has used a lot of battery to not make an overtake there. And Mikey behind him with a full battery will soon be licking his lips at a red light appearing on Corey's arse. But we're going to go back up front because the battle is closing between the top 5. Medium runners slowly starting to fall back. But Ayrton is closing in. Sector 3. Yellow flag. Tommy's gone. The man who I keep saying is quick but needs to improve his consistency has lost it, where the 2 medium runners managed to save it as Gibson and Black CF. He has lost it, and that puts him further down. Extremist having a look down the inside, cuts a corner. Bit of a stupid move. A Shotgun Kisses lets Tommy through. Battling ensues. Mikey now seeing that red light that it will be advertised on the back of Corey's rear wing. Shotgun Kisses with DRS on Tommy in the defense of Corey. And will not make the move. Mikey having a look, letting Corey know he is definitely there. Parker trying to get the gap on Tommy, wants to keep that P8, but he's now inherited from Derek, P7. Absolutely acres of land, keeping it on the road nicely. Nova Gibson and Black CF, keeping on the back of the hard runners. Silo now the lone rental out in front, after his teammate made a mistake, and Ayrton, playing the long game expertly, has a full battery. Sector 2 yellow flag, something's happened. It's Parker's who's gone round, he's hit the wall, lost his entire front wing. What's happened there? Contact, a mistake from Parker. Bogdan's gonna have to overtake him soon. There's definitely gonna be something happening there. But we'll go back up over shotgun, losing the gap second to Tommy, who now has to catch up to Derek. Clarkey has got a penalty out front. SBS Clarkey, the man out front, got pole on his first attempt, put a Sue gif in the chat, has now got a penalty. He has been anti-sued. So Ayrton starting to use the DRS now. Sam's also using his DRS, getting very close to Clarkey. Clarkey will be wanting to fly away if he could. Tommy gaining a second on Derek already. Extremist on Shotgun Kisses is going to be an overtake. We'll try to get there whilst we can. Shotgun Kisses on the outside. Extremist on the inside. There's contact. Slight contact. Shotgun Kisses pushed out wide, and then Mikey comes through. Shotgun Kisses gives him the room. Backs out before they even make the apex. So Mikey follows Shotgun Kisses through. Corey giving them a little love tap to get to as well, hanging him out to dry. Extremist and Mikey in the points. You wouldn't have thought it'd be the way around it was. So back on board with Ayrton. Double around double the ERS of everyone around him. This race is hotting up. Sector 1 yellow flag, that is on a main straight. Magdog is retired, and will that bring out a safety car? It has. And Clarkey pits. Quickest reactions I've ever seen. The two medium runners also pit. Clarkey is pitted from the lead. Now what tyres does he go on? What tyres is he putting on? He's changing his front wing. That's why he wasn't going out in front. It changes to the medium tyre, but Sam Newton in the lead after that amazing start he had. Lewis has gone straight on and given up a position to Surfy. He's gone straight on under the bridge. Parker behind him. Parker just hit the barrier? No, Parker just made a mistake. A lot of pit stops happening. Nova Gibson comes out on the hards. Clarkey has come out behind Nova Gibson because of that front wing change. Mikey's came in, Extremists came in, Surfy's came out, and he's come out ahead. Russell Williams. So then. I don't really know what to say for safety cars, to be honest, boys. Thomas got back up to his teammate Silo, using this safety cars help him out. There's the two Ferraris, Linus Stern, Nova Gibson's pitted. So Black CF currently on aggregate is in the lead after the pit stop he's made. I don't think those hards will go to the end though. Nova Gibson 7th, Clarkey 8th, but with that penalty, 4 track limits. Big Derek 9th. We've got Dr. Surfy staying out, so he's 10th on hards, but everyone else around him on medium, so he might get swaddled up. Extremist and Mikey still, well, they're not obviously next to each other, but position wise they still are. Mr. Penny P13, Lewis, Shotgun, and Parker all the way in last. So Parker pitting for fresh tyres. What has happened to Tommy? Mister needs to improve his consistency. I do believe has span behind the safety car and then lost his entire front wing, panicking and flooring the throttle. So this will put Tommy from P4 spinning to climb back up to a safety car to get back to P4 to, I believe, last place. Once the safety car, once the pit stop has been completed. He might get away from Parker, but he will definitely behind Lewis. He's serving a penalty as well. So that puts Shotgun, who was pitted. Tommy is retired from the session in the pit lane. I do believe his Discord name is the bottom G, and I do believe he's just said his throttle's bugged. He's put a lot more fruitful language than that, but I can't be asked to say it. So this brought Parker to P14. Tommy, the second retirement of the race, with a bugged throttle. So all we're waiting for now is Shotgun to catch up the pack, and then we'll get a safety car restart, which I do believe will be at the end of this lap, or next lap, sorry. So I'm just gonna, I won't lie boys, I think it's gonna turn into a bit of Saturday social, or Gillette Soccer Special. We're gonna go through the football. Let me have a look. So live scorelines at half time: Arsenal Newcastle 0-0. We've got Everton and Brighton. Mitoma scored in the 14th minute of that game, assisted by Caicedo. If anyone's got a fantasy team, this is where to get all the updates, boys. Fulham versus Leicester. Mitrovic has scored. Willian assisted it. So I've got Mitrovic captained, and it's a double game week for him as well. So by half time in his first game, he's already scored me 10 points. So I'm living right now. I'm living the big life, living the Vida Loca. And then we have Man United 1, Bournemouth 0. Who scored for Man U? Oh no, that's Arsenal Newcastle. I want Casemiro scored, assisted by Ericsson. What's the headline saying about this goal? Is it good? No, I don't want to rate the app. Let me tap. No, let me tap not now. There we go. Casemiro verifies Man United head, which scores. Yeah. So if you put Mitrovic in, you've captained him for this week, boys. You're living. It's double game week and he's already scored. I don't believe anyone else in my leagues has him in. So I might be doing well. I might be living the Vida Loca. Parker's paid for some reason. I do believe every game's at half time now. What's the stats saying for Arsenal Newcastle? Stats are saying that Arsenal have had more possession, they've had one more shot, they've had a lot more touches. But Arsenal look like they should be ahead, but then both teams have only had one shot on target. So I think the Arsenal Newcastle game's pretty even at the minute. Brighton Everton. Looks like Everton should be winning that game, but they're not. Brighton are winning at 1-0. Fulham Leicester. Fulham Leicester looks pretty even. And then Man United Bournemouth, this is just going to be, yeah, Bournemouth are never going to win that. Bournemouth are never winning that game. It's 1-0 at half time for them. This is Gillette Soccer Saturday, boys. So live Premier League table puts Arsenal 8 points clear. If Newcastle win this game, they go ahead of City. Wow, that's big. Safety car's coming in this lap. I kind of don't want Fulham to win, because then they go ahead of us. Oh god, we're having such a shit season. Anyway, football. Chelsea, oh my god. Brighton win this game, they go ahead of Brentford and Chelsea. Chelsea go down to 10th, wow. I should probably pay attention to the F1, to be fair. It is kind of the only job I have in this league, to pay attention to F1. Stand, I need a phone stand. Cool, so is Penny's retired behind the safety car? Anyway, we're gonna get back going now. Saturday social has ended, boys. And Sam Newton, as we go on board with Ayrton, is taking his time to get back going. And gets going at the right time. Clarkey has absolutely... Oh my god. Clarkey's hit Sam. Clarkey going into the first turn has hit Sam. He's got more damage. Sam had to cut the corner. Clarkey saves the car. Silo Dark goes round his outside. They are 3 wide. There is going to be a collision. Big Derek gets in there as well. Clarkey keeps ahead. There's more contact. The Mercedes gets a little bit of damage, I think. The Red Bull stays in P4. Big Derek now up in P4 now as he overtakes the Red Bull. We know Clarkey has damage. Does the Mercedes have damage? Mercedes has got away with it. Silo Dark going back down the inside of Derek. Derek keeps that position nice and still further back. Extremist has lost out as Mikey goes up into P8. Silodot now back down into P5. Red Bull running, having a good race. Sector 1, Bogdan comes out of the pits. I do believe he retired in the pits. Extremist might have had a spin because he is very far back off the pack. So there will probably be a student report about that on board with Big Derek P4, 3-lap old medium. The current big swinger in the top 4, soon to be top 3 when I assume Clarkey falls down the field because of that front wing damage from hitting Sam at turn 1 after getting an absolutely amazing safety car restart. So Lewis closing back in, trying to get the McLaren game back up. We've got Parker and P11, shotgun kisses falling back off them, and Extremist is now called back up to the Mercedes, so there's a position for Extremist to try and get. Lewis having a look there at Dr. Surfy. Sam Newton has pulled a second gap already with that damage as Clarkey pits. Big Derek goes into P3. Position changes. Big Derek 5 places up. Surfy and Lewis. What's happened? There's Parker at the back who has spanned Clarkey. So the Aston Martin's really not having a good day. They're extremely getting past shotgun kisses. Dr. Surfy and Lewis all the way from P14 and 15 up into P8 and 9 so far. We're going to go back on tyres. We're going to keep hold of this one. Big Derek with the freshest tyres in the top 5, the medium, but they will fall off. You do know that Silo goes wide with those 10-lap old hards. Over Gibson, 4-lap old hards. Put him on at the start, safety car, trying to close back up his teammate behind him on those mediums. Running a bit of no man's land at the minute behind. Lewis has got past Dr. Surfy and Extremist hot on the AlphaTauri's heels. Clarkey all the way down in last place with that penalty as well. He's definitely going to need a couple of safety cars to get back into it. Extremist going to go very awkward line there. Sam Newton spun round there by Ayrton. I've completely missed that. Big Derek has gone up into P2. Sam and Ayrton maybe coming together. Ayrton now in the lead. Big Derek chasing him down. He's behind Silo, Black CF and Nova Gibson are all going to be Sam Newton's rear wing. It's a 6-car battle for the lead. 6 different constructors as well. This is just the kind of thing you love. Fortunately, Clarkey and Tommy, circumstances arising where they can't be there. Sam Newton falling back and Silo Dart getting a penalty. Does Sam Newton maybe have a little bit of damage from the potential contact from Ayrton? All remains to be seen. Garrett looking to keep on Ayrton's heels here. Is Ayrton using? Ayrton is not using his ERS, so Big Derek, can he get a little bit of a look inside? There's not going to be a move inside the top 6 happening. Mikey falling back a little bit. Extremist getting past Dr. Surfy on those 11-lap hards, really starting to struggle now. Parker starting to catch him up. Shotgun Kisses has had a moment somewhere. Has he left the session? Shotgun Kisses has left the session and left his AI car out on track. Amazing. So Ayrton now in the lead. Big Derek behind him, trying to get back up there. the top 10 all within a second of the car in front. Never Gibson falling back a little bit though. Mikey is not catching his teammate. No team orders there, then he's falling back into the clutches of Lewis and Extremist. Extremist might catch up his race enemy. Been with them all race. It's a little bit of an incident, and now it's looking to catch back up. But I think I heard a car hit a wall. So we'll go on board with them, trying to pull a gap out on Big Derek. Just look at the difference of lines. Derek chilling in air, trying to take every inch of the track he can to get away. Lewis is catching up with Mikey. Mikey may be potentially have a little bit of damage. That is really out of character from Mikey. Extremist still on the back of them as well. Derek really wanting that P1, but he's playing the long game with his battery. 7 tenths of gap. He's not going to close that up. No one in the top 6 is going to make an overtake, but maybe potentially further back as Extremist touches the back of Lewis. Clarky sets a fastest lap for the race so far. ERS activated. The McLaren doesn't have much left. He's going to swing right around the outside. Extremist moves up into P8. Decent enough overtake. DRS and slipstream add a little bit of overtake in the mix, and you've got yourself a position. So Mikey looking to rear gun his teammate in P6, Nova Gibson. Doing a really good job, to be fair, Nova Gibson. Then we've got Black CF Silo still silent, and he's touching the back of Sam. We've got very close to Big Derek himself there. Clarky's got past shotgun kisses AI car. So Mercedes in front, Mercedes in last. Clarky gets another penalty. Clarky with 6 seconds of penalties now, so even if he gets that safety car, it's going to be a very tough race win for him now. SCF Lewis still staying on the Extremist backside. Ayrton just looks so connected on that track. I say that, and I do think he made a little bit of a mistake there, turning in too early. And this will give Derek a lot of motivation getting down the second DRS straight. But we're going to go on board now. We're going to stay on board with Derek, see what kind of exit he can get. Those mediums are going to be starting to wear off now. So will he be able to get the exit that he wants? He wants to be within 4 tenths for an overtake to work. Just under 5 tenths. Clarky gets the fastest lap of the race. Black CF looking at a side low here. Surely not. Not enough room happening there. Extremist closing in on Mikey. Not close enough to make the move, but Mikey definitely knows he's there now. And Mikey does have damage. So I thought he was going a bit slow. Doc Surfy gets past Parker. Still side by side, the Aston Martin and the AlphaTauri. They're going to go side by side through this corner, and they've managed to make it work. Parker just giving a little love tap as he goes past. So Extremist still not finding their way past the Alfa Romeo, who's done a very good job of holding up Extremist so that he can't catch up his teammate Nova Gibson. And Mikey still positioning the Alfa Romeo very well indeed. He was a little bit wide. That gives Extremist something to go off, but not enough. Oh, he's hitting. Late braking. Too late braking, hitting Mikey. Nothing comes out of it though. Very close indeed. And has Extremist got damage from that? Maybe a slight tad of damage. Mikey holding up an absolute treat. 10 seconds now the gap to the top 6. Extremist draining absolutely everything out of his battery to get him into turn 1, which he has done. But Mikey, even though he's got the front wing damage, I fancy him to make the overtake back down the main straight. Clarky gets past Dr. Surfy into turn 1. Mikey's got more ERS here. We could see an overtake, but that front wing damage causing him fear as Lewis is now looking at him. But Lewis has run out of battery. Extremist is close. Mikey without that front wing damage could have been a big winner today, but unfortunately is not the case. So out from some consistent and impressive lap times being set, Silo started to fall back off Sam Newton. Just a tad out of the DRS range now. I think Sam might have got a warning for that. That line is a bit of a harsh line. As Clarkey catches up to his teammate of Parker. So is there going to be some team orders there? Clarkey quite clearly the quicker driver. But with those 6 seconds of penalties, will Parker want to oblige? Does he have to? Same ERS. Does Parker even know that Clarkey wants team orders? Does Clarkey want team orders? A lot of things going down at Aston Martin. Clarkey clearly getting held up by his teammate here. Maybe his teammate has damage, I'm not sure, but Clarkey makes quick work of him. Does he? Yes, he does. Clarkey ahead. So Lewis now just a little bit behind. Mikey's fallen off because of that front wing damage. Black CF closer to Silo, who now doesn't have DRS to use in the defence. Lewis has made a mistake at some point. He's fallen back off of Mikey. Clarkey now chasing down. Already got a second on Parker. So, over halfway through the race, boys. Sector 2 yellow flag. That's Extremist. Extremist has hit the wall. That is huge because that brings out a safety car. Extremist making a mistake, bringing out the safety car. Will mediums go to the end? If Derek didn't start on those hards, I think he did. Everyone started on hards. This is an awkward safety car. Will mediums make it to the end from here? Maybe. Everyone picked for fresh mediums? Does everyone have fresh mediums? Definitely going to see some pit stops. Ayrton's in, Derek's in, Sam Newton in, Silo in, Black CF in, Nova in, top 6 all in. Maybe see some position changes with the letting go of the cars. Corey, it's an open pie, so you can just join whenever you want. So Mikey pits, Black CF has jumped Nova Gibson in the pits. Clarkey's got another penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He's got another penalty. He's collided with Lewis on pit entry. Now that's uncharacteristic. Changing his front wing for about the 20th time. Probably. Now holding up his teammate Parker. Aston Martin having a real mare today. Shotgun kisses in his AI car, stays out. Oh boy, you've fucked up my audio, you bastard. Everything's gone quiet now. Right, here we go. I'm back. Have you been watching the stream?
No, I have not.
So for the last safety car, I couldn't think of anything to talk about, so I just said the football scores. Brighton are 4-0 ahead.
Jesus.
Brighton have scored 3 goals in 6 minutes.
Okay.
How do Everton go from drawing with Man City one week to losing 4-0 the next? Fucking, the Arsenal-Newcastle game has 7 yellow cards. Jesus. What happened with you? I should probably ask that. What's happened with you? Oh, he's left. Well, that was a nice chat. Nice while it lasted. The safety car might be in this lap if Parker can catch up quick enough. Will it be in this lap? No, it's too late now. So we're going to get another lap of this. I should probably start talking. I'm too busy looking at my fantasy team. I think I'm gonna get a good week this week. At some point we're going to get back going. Everyone's on the mediums apart from the Mercedes AI car, which is hard. So I think everyone's going to be able to go to the end. Maybe Clarky won't on those mediums. Safety car's in this lap. So at some point I'm going to stop looking at my fantasy team and how well it's doing. And I'm going to look at the F1. Bukayo Saka has got an injury. And they've halted the match for it. That's not good. Anyway. So, Ayrton's setting everything back up. Back at his pace. And there is 13 more laps until the end of the race. So we've got 13 more laps of racing. Hopefully no more safety cars. Sam Newton's struggling to keep on? No, it's just a timing screen glitch. So, Big Derek is on for a win here. I don't think he won a race last season. I think he might have done actually. But he is on for a win. But Ayrton is rapid and he has gone much earlier than Sam did. And it might have caught Derek out a little bit. No quick restarts from anyone as we're looking back. Everyone's kind of lying astern as we're going into turn one. On board with Derek now. He's got Sam right behind him. Parker and Surfy at the back. They're going side by side. Parker getting the better of that battle. Clarky getting ahead of Shogun's car, and now he's behind Mikey. Mikey fixing that front wing damage. Mikey getting a penalty. That's a harsh penalty there. Silo and Sam side by side. This is going to be a close one. Silo sending it down the inside. Has he overcooked it? No, he stopped it in time. As Sam sends it back up the inside, but Silo's got the move done. Clarky not getting past Mikey. Clarky might be stuck behind the Alfa Romeo. Now it's changed his front wing. Lewis 1.2 seconds behind Nova Gibson, already falling back. Silo getting past Sam for that podium position. Derek already falling back. Over a second already. Silo closing in. Clarky getting past Mikey. Must have been a brilliant overtake if he could get ahead there. Lewis still falling back. Nova Gibson and Black CF must be tired of being behind this battle. They want to get into it, but they cannot catch up. As Black CF right up Sam's arse. Does Sam have damage? As Black CF is having a look down the inside. That is a brilliant move from Black CF. Needed to get the job done. Got it done. Just saying how much he wanted to get involved, and he did in a big way. Clarky right behind the McLaren, weaving behind the McLaren, getting impatient as he always does. As Sam Newton right up on Black CF's rear left tyre. That is unnecessarily close, but it works. Still there with him. What kind of exit is Black CF going to be able to get here? It's going to be a good one, but Sam Lewin is right up his jaw. Clarkie's got class. SCF Lewis, Sam Lewin around the outside. There's contact. Sam Lewin gets the move done. There was contact before the apex. Would it have affected the overtake? Maybe, maybe not. So Black CF already falling back off Sam Lewin, and Nova is all over him. Can Clarkie get involved back in this? Derek, 3 seconds the gap to where and now, and Silo is on him, but Silo does have that penalty hanging over his head. Nova Gibson having a look for Black CF. It's worth the commitment if he can make the move. It's tight at this corner. Black CF gives him the room of respect. 20 laps of togetherness forms an overtake like that. Clarkie now having a look at Black CF, who 1 lap ago was P4, making an overtake at this very corner, a sensational overtake, and now a lap after that he is down to P6 and looking like he's going to lose P7 further back. Parker getting close to Lewis. DRS enabled eye in front. That's going to help Silo in his quest to get P2. We're going to go on board with Silo actually. He's going to get DRS on the second DRS straight. And although he has that penalty hanging over his head, you do fancy him getting the overtake and maybe, just maybe, extending that 3-second advantage. Silo now getting a decent enough exit. DRS on. Derek's not committing with the overtake. It's going to be an inside move. Is Derek still going to be there? Silo cuts back across. Move done, but goes wide again. Takes the warning, getting past Derek. Clarkie close to Black CF. Now not close enough to make a move, but Clarkie makes moves wherever he likes. Parker and Lewis side by side. Parker sending it up the inside, getting the move done. The McLaren's gone for a switchback. Does Parker block that off? Lewis has gone for another switchback. This is amazing to watch as Lewis on the inside. Is he going to commit? He has committed. Parker's still around the outside and Lewis defends his position. Switchback after switchback after commitment. That was brilliant. Clarkie not close enough to Black CF to make an overtake. Big Derek falling back a little bit, 6/10 to Silas. Still on the podium, still getting a P2 with Silas penalty. Clarkie looking like the most likely to make the next overtake. His teammates also looking likely to make one. Lewis red on ERS. You got Dr. Surfy catching up to this battle as well. For 2 points this battle is any points count in a 10 race calendar. Derek falling out of that 1 second zone. Just slowly, I think he's managed to stay in it for this lap. Clarkie right behind Black CF. The battle for P6. Clarkie probably won't keep it because of his penalties. Just wants to take it on the road though, don't he? Sam Lewin closing in on Derek. Derek might not even get on the podium if Sam Lewin overtakes him. We'll go back on board with Clarkie. Car ahead of him has more ERS, but this is Clarkie we're talking about. He's got DRS, he's got slipstream, and he's got ERS. Car ahead of him's coming, and I don't think Clarkie's going to get the move. He's found some space on the outside. There's contact between the Ferrari and the Aston Martin. He's got the inside line, surely he's got that done, but is he going to switch back? He's covered it off. Mikey now, the next car that may take Black CF as a victim. And Parker's got past Lewis. Lewis has gone for another switchback. This time he can't go for another one because he's ahead. And Lewis defends his position again. This is amazing defending. Just from what I'm seeing, there might be a little bit behind the scenes, but just from what I'm seeing, Lewis is defending brilliantly. Clarkie has another penalty, so there's his decent point hopes dashed. Clarkie's just racing for fun now. Sam Lewin catching up to Big Derek. Big Derek is putting everything on that track. Nerves are going, car is going, tyres are going, but still Derek stays there. Sam Newman is going to look to get him on the second DRS straight. It'd be stupid to get him into the first corner. Mikey getting close to Black CF. I don't think there's going to be an overtake, so we'll stay on board with this. Most likely to do the next overtake. Lewis, Parker and Surfy now all in a battle. It's looking like seeing up, but we're going to stay on board with Sam. Just getting very close to Derek. There's definitely going to be an overtake here. I don't think Derek's particularly going to fight it. Derek doesn't. Sam takes P3. S&O for a chilling. Parker right behind Lewis again now. Is this finally going to be the lap? Takes the inside. Lewis squeezing him up against the wall. Parker finally gets past. Is Lewis going to dive it? Lewis has dived it. Controlled dive, but Parker has finally got his man. Parker's finally got his man. Signed, sealed, delivered, done. Can he move on to get Black TF, who now has been overtaken by Mikey at some point during all of that. Clark's got 19 second penalties. When did it get that bad? When did he get 19 seconds? So, at the minute I do believe Derek's going to get a podium with Silo's penalty. He just needs to keep Nova behind him, and I think he's using Sam's DRS for that. Most likely for a track overtake at the minute. Black's falling off the back of Mikey. There's not really much happening. I can't believe I have to do a mic check because I unplugged my fucking mic. Does this work? Yes, it does. Alright, cool. So, back to the racing. This is what I should be finishing now. What's all happening? Oh, Sam Lewis getting close to Silo. For a pretty much guaranteed P2, but then unless anything happens, an on-track P2 would be very nice indeed. Sector 2 yellow flag. That is Parker? It's Clarky. Clarky's made a mistake somewhere. So at some point Clarky's made the mistake. Oh, Andy's out! Clarky with the crash. Not his race today. Pole. Not much happening after that. And there is no safety car for that. No safety car has been called out for that. That is quite unreal. So I'm going to carry on. Like safe now, P7, Parker P8, fighting for 4 points faster than mine. Sam Newton closing in on Silo for an on-track P2. Closest battle on track at the minute. Sam is leaving everything on that track at the minute. Scraping up against all the barriers. Wants this on track P2 and fully got the lead in check now, 8.3 seconds. Surfy getting close to the McLaren there. The McLaren's got a red light flashing. Do you fancy Surfy to make that overtake at some point? Promote himself up to P9, 2 points. So since then, Nova Gibson's also started catching up. Big Derek. So a few battles emerging now. Sam and Silo, and then you've got Nova and Big Derek. Race is starting to heat back up again. Nova might actually get a big Derek here for P4. Then he could start 100 down Silo and maybe get his first podium. I think it would be his first podium. Well, yeah, it's his debut race, but he might, obviously, but he might got a podium in pre-season. But we'll count it his first podium if he gets it tonight. Sam Newton chasing down Silo. It's going to be a debut when I do think Brereton out front, who pretty much a decent amount of battery, just chilling, purple first sector. Sam Newton is getting very close to Silo. Sam committing with every bit of ERS he has, sends it down the inside, gets it stopped, but Silo's does switchback on him. Got the switchback complete. Sam sends it back down the inside. There is no contact as Silo just hooks it around the outside. Sam may be calling a switchback and blocking that. Silo just went clean around the outside. Derek defending against Nova as well. So Sam on the attack, Derek on the defense. All heating up her at the front. Surfy and Lewis side by side. Lewis down the inside, there is contact there, a bit of a dive bomb, so we can't really put anything on that. Nova Gibson's getting close to Derek, he's up the inside of Derek, they're side by side. Nova Gibson not getting past. He's using a lot of his ERS. This could be a battle for the end of the race. Till the end of the race. All two viewers don't go anywhere. I doubt you would. So it's Sam Newton now, chasing down Silo. Four laps. So 5 or 5 guys. The system's true. I think it's 4 laps remaining because we've got 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. 5 laps remaining. The 5 lapper to the end. And Nova Gibson making a little bit of contact on the back of Big Derek there. Lewis trying to chase back down. Surfy, Nova Gibson. Not committing with the RS. Doesn't have any kid to commit with. Sam Newton still trying to get his battery back as well, but Silo's struggling on that now. Derek currently in a strong position. Nova Gibson behind, still chasing. Lewis. Don't think it's going to be an overtake with the amount of battery I'm seeing for both of these guys, but we'll swing forward anyway. Lewis struggling on that exit. Yeah, there's not going to be an overtake there, so we'll go back on board with Sam, who's getting very close to Silo. Excuse me. Bless me. So, anyway. Sam Newton chasing down Silo. I think the podium for Nova Gibson or Big Derek is out of the question now, so Silo I think is going to have P3. But Nova wants P4. Will he get P4? It's currently a good points haul for Alfa Romeo at the minute. 10 plus 8, that's 18 points. Nova gets this position, that'd be 20 points. Good points haul for Alfa Romeo. Sam Newton's got a penalty. Now that changes things. Now he has to make the overtake. He didn't before, but now he does have to make the overtake. 4 laps remaining. Maybe a little bit of damage there from Sam. Overheating maybe. Definitely struggling with understeer. Nova trying to have a look on Derek again. It's just these two battles happening as Nova. A little bit of a correction. Has to use the RS to catch back up. Throws away the advantage he has. Now Sam needs to find a way past Silo to get P2. He didn't before, now he does. Any RS. Look on board there. Who is light years. 12 seconds in the league race is ridiculous to be out front. Does he have fastest lap? No, fastest lap belongs to Clarkey, who is out. So no fastest lap point, I believe, for this race. Sam touching the wall is what Sam's doing, putting everything into that P2. Nova Gibson close to Derek, not really any of the battles happening, so we're going to stay on board with these battles for the last 3.5 laps. Don't go anywhere. What's happening? Shotgun kisses. AI car. Soldiering on in P11. If someone retires and he ends up getting a point, I will commit arson. Big Derek makes a mistake. Is that the mistake Nova Gibson was looking for? Same age mediums, so they're both going to be struggling. Nova is closer this time. Sam's out of that second gap to Silo. Nova is closer. And he's going to have a look down the inside. No, he's just going to let Derek know he's there. Derek, I'm sure, knowing he's there. Right on the back camera. Mikey closing on this battle as well, but he does have penalties. What kind of exit is Nova going to get? Nova gets a good exit. It's less than 4 tenths. Does he have the ERS to commit? There's a sector 3 yellow flag. Lewis. Something's happened to Lewis. Gone straight on into a barrier. Nova not getting past Derek. Sam falling back off Silo. Before looking like it's slipping away, but still a good point total for Alfa Romeo. Don't quit in pit, Lewis. Lewis, don't quit in pit. Don't give shotgun kisses the point. Go for fastest lap. Get another point. Just don't give that man the satisfaction of getting a point on his own. You get fastest lap. He's gone on to softs. So Ayrton laps his teammate. Sam falling back off Silo. Nova, the only car in DRS, is the next car ahead of him. So, I think we're gonna try and stay on board with Nova for the last 2 laps and across the line, so I do think the speed is on the barrel. Worth watching. I think that on the track at this point. Not really much of a battle though. Derek, more ERS, more of a gap. Just needs to keep it on the road. And that P4 will be his. Is he going to be able to do that though? Nova with 2 laps left. After the DRS zone, he's only got 4 DRS zones left. Try and have a look at Derek. Try and make something happen. What kind of warnings is Derek on? Let's have a look at how many warnings people are on. No, apparently it's not. Incidents. No, we're not doing that. Derek doesn't have a single warning. What a little neek. Nova has 2 warnings. So I think Derek's got that one wrapped up. Unless he puts it in a barrier. How many warnings is Silo Dark on? He's only on 1. No, he's got a penalty, but he's only on 1 more. And doesn't have a single penalty either. What a neek. As Derek has made a mistake somewhere, and Nova is close right back up on him. So this battle may not be over yet. Sector 2 yellow flag, that's Black CF. Black CF has made a mistake somewhere. Mikey's closing on this battle now. How many penalties does Mikey have? He only has 3. So P6 is confirmed for him. He's not really going to move up. But we'll go on board with Nova Gibson, who is looking good. Last lap of the race. Nova Gibson closing in on Derek. Derek having a monopoly of a bit of extra ERS. I think we've got Lewis going for a fastest lap. I don't think we're getting Nate Clark's fastest lap. You'd think this is Nova's last good overtaking spot. What kind of exit can he get here? It's not a good one. Derek's pulling away. I think that's all that's going to happen. Surfy very close to Parker coming around the last corner. Nova gets a penalty. So that's that battle wrapped up. So we'll stay on board now with Surfy and Parker. Parker making a mistake. Making several mistakes. Surfy now looking to get those extra 2 championship points. Parker getting another one in there. How close is this going to be by the end? Oh my god, Surfy sent it. That is a send and a half. That is an absolutely brilliant save, as I think Sam span. Sam has spun. and this puts Derek on the podium. Ayrton's crossed the line to win the race, but we're going to stay on board with Derek, as Derek's looking like he's going to get on the podium. Sam Newton's made a mistake, Derek's in. It's all starting to kick off on the last sector. 4 cars, 2 Alfa Romeos at the back. Derek's going to get on the podium. First race of the season. Sam had it all wrapped up. The P3 makes the mistake, and he loses it to Big Derek. Silo P2. Sam 4th. 5th and 6th for the Alfa Romeos. Not a bad day in the office. We're going to go on board with Parker and Surfy. Can Parker find a way back past Surfy? Black Surf's crossed the line in P7. If Surfy finishes P8, that move needs to be framed, because that was an unbelievable move that he made on Parker. Sent it, put everything on the line. Parker's not going to get back past him, so Surfy takes P8 with the absolute send of the century. Parker P9. I don't think Lewis is going to get fastest lap. I'm really sure he's close enough. So fastest lap stays out the points. What a race to open up the season. Amazing. Lewis now coming to the final corner. Crosses the line. It's not a fastest lap, but it is the season opener finished. So, opening ceremony. Not opening ceremony. Podium ceremony. Sorry, I'm opening incidents in the Discord. So, podium ceremony. Ayrton, the reserve, winning this first race. I'm pretty sure there'll be a full-time seat available for him at some point. Dominating the race. Silo finishing second, and Derek getting on the podium with Sam's last lap mistake. Last season's champion. Showing a bit of cracking in the armour. So we're going to round it up because I want to go to bed. We've got Ayrton finishing P1, Silo and Derek finishing out the podium P2 and 3. Sam with that last lap mistake again, just finishing P4, missing out on the podium. 2 Alfa Romeos, P5 and 6, that's a good result for them. Where was I? That's the one. Black CF, 7th place. Representing Ferrari after Bogdan retired. You got Surfy with that late lunge. What a move by Surfy. Beating Parker. Lewis went fastest lap. Only 3.1 seconds off it, so he was close. Out of the points, you got Shotgun Kissers, who was an AI car. Clarkey, who crashed, was trying to gain back ground. Extremist, who crashed, trying to gain back ground. Bogdan, I believe, retired in the pits. Mr. Penny, something behind the safety car. Tommy retired in the pits after making mistakes. Again, looking quick, but losing on the consistency. And Mad Dog retiring on track, causing the first safety car. So, that's been Singapore. That's been the season opener. See you next week for a track that I forgot what it is. I know it's a track though.